Hi, welcome to our video blog. I'm Dr. Sandy Duran, Curriculum and Creative Director of 3 Angels for Today and 3 Angels for Kids. And today we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to tell you a little story. We're going to go on a little field trip, and then I'm going to tell you the rest of the story. Okay, so let's start with the story. So I'm a walker. As most people that know me know, I walk, I pace. You know, my job is a little sedentary at times if I'm not traveling, if I'm not working with teachers and presenting our curriculum. I'm home, either taping things or writing things or making animations, which means I'm in a chair. So because of that, I like to get out to my neighborhood and pace around and walk around. So one such evening, I live in a very safe neighborhood, fortunately. So one such evening, I was out walking. In my neighborhood, I live on a tiny little cul-de-sac, and then I have a little development kind of behind me that I can walk in. Nice sidewalks, nice lighting, and of course it's always warm here in Florida, so I can be out there at 10 o'clock at night pacing around, whatever. But one evening, I want to say it was around 7 o'clock at night, I decided to go walk. And as I was walking, I passed different people, I say hello. And there was a boy that had just a cute little fluffy dog on a leash. His mom several paces behind. They said hello, I said hello. I walked by them on the sidewalk. And at that moment, this adorable little fluffy dog decided that I was not so adorable for whatever reason and jumped up, yipped, and took a little bite out of my leg. Went right through my pants, made a hole in my pants, my leg was bleeding. Well, I was not happy. I said, "Your dog just bit me." "Oh, we're sorry. Never done that before. It's never done that before." And off they went. Well, another story, another time, but I spent the next 2 weeks tracking those people down, finding them, knocking on their door and saying, "I need to know if your dog has had its rabies shots." And I did find them. But anyway, it all worked out. Okay, put that on hold. So now you know that I can be a little skittish about dogs. I was always a little bit afraid of dogs till we got our own dogs as a married couple and stuff. But so I thought I was over being a little afraid of dogs, but that caused me to regress. Okay, now we're going to go on a little field trip because I need to show you the lay of the land for the other side of my neighborhood. So you ready? Let's go. Okay, to give you the picture, we're going to go out my front door. Now, don't you love my mandevilla? We're so excited. This was a big deal for us. In fact, I'm gonna let you really see my mandevilla. This is what I see when I come in to my house and when I leave my house. So I'm going to turn around for a minute. These are amazing plants. We potted them when we put these 2 trellises on top of each other, made a little wooden part going across, and it's taken us a while, but our goal is to get an arbor of flowers to walk in and out of our house. So anyway, we're leaving my house, going down the sidewalk a little bit out of my little tiny cul-de-sac, then we walk by our pretty little pond here. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to go over here for a second and just show you. We actually live right across from a bird sanctuary, so you can hear all the birds. Here's a little blue. Isn't he beautiful? Okay, now I want to get over to the other part of the sidewalk. So my backyard backs up to what's called Collier Parkway, and we have a sidewalk that goes the length of our, just the whole development. It just keeps going. It goes for miles, put it that way. It goes for miles in either direction. So when I'm going for a walk, as you can see down this long sidewalk, I can see way in advance that there may be people walking towards me. There can be rollerbladers. People love this area. There are elderly people walking. There are young people walking. There are people with baby carriages and people walking dogs. So how do you think I feel if I see somebody way down the sidewalk walking a dog? You think I am rushing up to this dog? "Oh, look, it's a cute, fluffy little dog. That one won't hurt me." No, I'm a little skittish now. A little skittish. So I watch, and I see these people approaching me. Well, I've discovered that there are different kinds of dog walkers. So the dog walkers that make me very happy see me in the distance. As they get closer to me, they choke up on the leash. Once I see somebody doing that, I know that they are aware of their animal, they are aware that I am coming, and that they're on it. Well then, as they get closer, these wonderful dog watchers, you see the grass on the side there, they go to either one side or the other of the grass. And then they tell the dog to sit. And as I walk by, they smile at me. Sometimes I will stop and say, that's a beautiful dog. You know, I had a black lab once. We have a nice conversation. It goes well. I continue walking. They wait. They let the dog get up. They continue their walk. They let a little leash out, and the dog may be wandering from the sidewalk to the grass until they see another person. Those are the best dog walkers on that sidewalk. Now, there are some other kinds of dog walkers. I keep wanting to say watchers. Walkers. There is some other kind of dog walkers, and this is what they do. They love their little furry beast. In fact, they love their little Fido so much, they think everyone in the world does. They think the world revolves around Fido. They think that as I approach them, I'm going to be so enamored with Fido that I'm going to be falling all over myself because I'm having the most heady experience of the day. So I see these people coming. They're smiling. Fido is jumping around, wagging his tail, going from here to there. You know, friendly dog, friendly little dog. Well, so was the little fluffy one that took a little chunk out of my leg. So, yeah. I keep walking and I think, please, people, please, can you choke up on the leash a little bit? They don't. I think I'm getting closer now. I'm getting closer. Can you maybe move to the side of this narrow sidewalk? Because I don't want to be within range of this dog, let alone that it hurt my leg. Those were decent pants that it wrecked. I had just gotten those pants. They were decent pants. One of my favorite pairs of pants, I'll have you know. And the people did pay for my tetanus shot, but they would not pay for the pants. But anyway, so I'm walking closer. Do you think these people, no, they're smiling. They're looking at their dog and then looking at me, waiting for the moment that I will realize that this is the most beautiful being on the planet. And I don't. Okay? So I think maybe they'll get the picture if I don't give them eye contact, or if I give them eye contact and kind of start to inch towards the side, maybe, just maybe, they will get the picture that I'm not in love with their dog the way they are. But they're so enamored with this dog, they don't see it. They approach, they get closer, they get closer, they get closer. I see the dog. My heart rate goes up a little bit. The dog is almost within distance to touch my knee now. The dog, I'm getting closer. That dog, what do I have to do? I go onto the grass, out of range of the leash, and wait for them to pass. And they look at me with like a curious look, like, what's wrong with this woman? And then I have to explain, I'm really sorry. Why should I have to be apologizing to this person? I want to say, I know that you're in love with your dog, but I don't even know it. But I say, I got bit recently, so I'm being a little careful. And what do they say? Oh, not this dog. Not this dog. This is the best dog. They still expect me to come over and be slobbered on and show appreciation for their little... Now, I apologize to you dog lovers. I apologize. You have to understand my history here, which I told you. But I started thinking about it. It reminds me of some Christians. You think that you have a handle on everything, and that other people understand what you understand, the way you understand it, and so you're just all over it. And there are people that may have been hurt by a misuse of religion, and they're like, wait, I'm not ready for this. And you're just pouring it on, and you are totally oblivious to your audience, to the person coming. You're not seeing that they're not ready for this. They don't want this. I'm sure a lot of these dogs are wonderful dogs, but I don't know the dog like that owner knows the dog, and I'm not ready for that. It's the same way with some Christians. It's very distasteful because there's no awareness of who's around, what the person is ready for, what the person wants to hear. So that's my lesson from the dog. Be tuned in, people. Be tuned into who's around you. Again, don't make it about yourself. Don't make it about something that you understand and love and have and think everyone else is at the same stage as you, because they're not. And they're going to get onto that grass, they're going to get off of that sidewalk, and they're not even going to look at your dog. They're just going to want you to get past. They're not even going to listen to what you're saying about your faith, because it's distasteful to them. Be aware, be sensitive, and share in a respectful manner. Let's bow our heads. Father in heaven, thank you so much for this viewer today. Thank you so much for the beauty of your gospel. I pray that you'll be with all of us. Help us to appreciate those around us, to be sensitive, to be aware, to be intuitive, and not to do anything in a distasteful manner that would really tarnish the good news of the gospel and of Jesus Christ. We thank you, and I pray that this viewer will just have a wonderful week. In Jesus' name, amen. See you next time for 3 Angels for Today and 3 Angels for Kids video blog.